いつも君と待ち続けた季節は何も言わず通り過ぎた。雨はこの街に降り注ぐ少しのリグレットと罪を包み込んで泣かないことを誓ったまま時は過ぎ痛む心に気がつかずに僕は一人になった記憶の中でずっと二人は生きてゆける君の声が今も胸に響くよ。それは愛がさまよう限り君は少し泣いた。あの時見えなかった。
Okay, so first things first. I think have an idea. So this is most likely going to be the
I
last
think it's
one.
safe to rest here now.
Um, but if this isn't,
Hey, she's
alright,
pretty cute.
all
Who are
good.
you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go.
But in this slot, in Monday, I'm going to most likely have, I'll go in and try live streaming, the SAO game. I don't know how like, it has a lot of the, like, it has a lot of the scenes where, I'm trying to figure, it has where it has the text box in the bottom, and then it puts the person that is talking at the moment. It like lights them up, and then it switches them out if it's not one of those. I'm going to do the first episode, see how I feel with that. It's open world. So I already don't feel like open world games are really fun to watch, in my opinion, just because how I play open world games is that I do everything, all side objectives, and then I go, or unless I get stuck somewhere where I'm like, I want to do this, but I need to progress the story, so we're going to that point so we can get to that point. Other than that, for Friday, I don't know at this current moment. Outer Ring, like, could be a fun one. That kind of falls under my open world, because so me and Diz played it yesterday. It is definitely a whole lot more open worldy than any of the other ones. Like you get given, you walk out of the beginning dungeon and it's like, I recommend you go this way, but you do you. You probably can't do a lot, but you can brute force it. So if I will decide, and maybe if I do that, I think I have, hold on, let me actually check my list. Yeah, I have them in there. I was just checking. So I have a little list of games for possible live stream games. I need to go back through my games and actually add in any new games that I've. So for Tuesday and Thursdays are my. I go to that. So on Xbox, you can make groups of games, and it's like 50 games, 60 games, some big number of games. And it's just for you to category, multiplayer games. Like you pick what games you go in there. So you choose what you want the category. Like I have most played games, and it's whatever me and Diz's current game we're playing, or games that we frequently go back to, just so I can easily find it. Like I have a group for my current live stream games, because just so I remember. Other than that, so in the big list on Xbox, for the groups, Xbox has a feature where you can, for your games in general, you can just there's a button that just says surprise me, and it just selects a game from your list, from your games. You can also do that per group, so you can be like, multiplayer games, surprise me. Or single player games, surprise me, and it just randomly selects. That's what I do for Tuesdays and Thursdays, just because those were supposed to just be my whatever live streams, and I'm not really going to be playing Rocket League because I'm good. I'm not going to be running around playing Call of Duty, just because it can be fun to watch, but at the same time, I don't personally feel that it's fun to watch, and I've already done it, and it's one of the, because I've already done it, I'm like, I didn't really enjoy it, so I'm not going to do it, so I'm just, it's there. So those are my random ones, and I play through the entire game series of the ones that like Darksiders. I got I think when I rolled for that one, I got like Darksiders 2. Well, I didn't do Darksiders 1, so Darksiders 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to do all of them. Other than that, we have a couple of quests to do. So we've done this one. Okay, so that means we're getting 100% more SP. Is it one? You know, I kind of feel like turning this on, because as long as we're not fighting a boss, that halves the time for encounters. But I would also forget to put it back, turn it off. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's 100%. Okay. We're in level. I think we're able to do the Super Zoo. Hold on. How many items do we actually? Okay. If I'm not mistaken, this is the I'm drawing a blank for name. The pair of two big small looking guys. Ornstein is the small speedy boy. But yeah, in my list of games, I have Assassin's Creed games. Why is there a dragon here? Well, I guess they need to have them out and about so we can actually fight them. But I have Assassin's Creed. I have Clan Conquer. I have a lot of different games in that list. I have Dark Souls 1, 2, 3. I have Code Vein.
That thing looks pretty menacing.
Nothing we can't handle.
Like, there's quite a bit of different genres of games in there.
I'll do my best.
So it's never going to be the same. It's not all just like one genre of game.
No further.
Thanks, Kisara.
Not now.
No, sorry, no, you're not. You're dead. Dude, I forgot to turn the
This is looking grim. Hold tight.
We've been through far worse before.
Right. Time to turn the tide. Dragon Swarm.
Here, let me help. Sleep now.
Now, let loose. You pay for that.
Dude, I did exactly what I said I
Dragon Swarm.
would end up doing.
It's time. Take this.
Double Demon Fang.
Now you see
I
what can
forgot
do.
to turn.
Imbue this vanquished soul with life. We hesitate.
Turn the
Heal my weary companion.
Double Demon Fang.
Ancient ruin.
Sleep now.
Demon wrath.
Let's get you all tucked away. Here, let me help.
Try harder.
All right.
Soaring blood. No blood shall break this night.
And for anyone who actually is watching, you can recommend. The only thing I would have to say is, I don't particularly have money, so just if I actually own the game, yeah, I will add it to the list, or if I Oh yeah, why not?
Double demon fang.
But just know that for if you try to recommend it, like, it may take a bit for actually getting it. So,
Masterful dash.
but I will take recommendations
In a bind.
or suggestions for games.
The fluidity of your movement.
But at the same time, if it's a game that I just personally don't like, I will say, and
City of darkness.
I also will most likely play the game
All mine.
Double demon
if it's a
fang.
new game. I would most likely play the game
Coming through.
for myself first, and then
Scarlet Inferno.
just because I don't want to be like
Look sharp.
play a game that I'm just like, yeah, no, then the entire thing I'm like, yeah, no, this is boring.
Double demon pits on. Double demon fang.
Something.
Double demon fang. Double demon fang.
Oh, we could probably beat this.
Now you see what I can do.
It just kind of depends on if they do anything special.
Double demon. Its defenses are down. Dragon swarm. Ignite. Double demon fang. Double demon fang. Double demon fang.
It's go time. I'll smash you.
This should do it. Double demon fang. No, it can't end here.
Didn't even want to continue with the, that's annoying.
I can't believe.
Where? Oh, well, yeah, I guess we technically all did that. We most likely, well, most definitely want to go in here. And what want to turn that off?
Out of our way!
Prepare to be sealed. No further.
Double demon fang.
Go for the weak point!
Thank you for all your help.
Please, don't mention it.
I'm glad to know someone's got my back.
This one's all mine. Ignite.
Inferno! Air thrust!
Here, throughout this pain.
There you go! Don't let up! Explosion! Mag
Now you see what I can do. No further.
More for the stockpile! I never miss!
Double demon.
Gale Force! Whoa! Hey! One at a time! Lunar corruption! Flaming radiant! By the power of
Double demon. This one's all mine.
I'm going to need to
Not today.
Magic is there!
Take this.
Now or never.
Dragon swarm.
In a bind.
Get on in there with the others! Here goes! Far beyond the darkest sky! Lunar Arc! My head's spinning just
Shooting star.
Shooting
I
star!
can carve through armor.
How about this? Flaming meteor!
Here I come.
Inferno crossing! That's right! Going in!
Dragon
Show me
swarm.
what my art can do! It's weakened!
This ends now.
A whirling
Dragon swarm. Burn. you! Stay away from my friend!
No further!
Double Demon Fang!
Raging storm!
Imbue this vanquished soul with life! Armor won't save you!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Imbue this
Double
vanquished
Demon
soul
Fang!
with life! Another incantation. Ruin.
Double Demon Fang!
Glacial shield! Piercing breath from the wind! Shining supernova! The waters of creation will
This
detect
one's all mine!
dance in
Double
mortal
Demon Fang!
now.
Burn in hell!
Get on in there with the others!
No escape!
Everlasting stop.
Far enough!
You know, I was just thinking. So technically, wouldn't with the double damage, wouldn't that just make
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
all of the
Save you!
Resuscitation!
flaming sword stuff be like just times 2 better just because you do double damage?
Not today! I owe you one! Dragon Form!
Nothing gets by me.
I'll smash you!
By the power of
Double
flame!
Demon Fang!
Vanish without a trace! Explosion! I won't
Can't
give up!
get out of this!
Double Demon Fang! Wide open!
It won't escape me!
The waters... Creation! Magic is there! Tidal wave!
Double Demon Fang!
Our shield!
Eat dirt!
Imbue this
Here I
vanquished
come!
soul
I'm
with
not
life!
done! Dragon
Take
Form!
this!
That's gonna smart.
Take this! Denied!
Blah, blah, blah.
I'll smash you!
Blah, blah, blah.
Double Demon Fang! Totally! In an instant! Impact Rock!
Magic is there!
Captivity! Giving you more than that.
Get on in there
Double
with the
Demon Fang!
Steel Force!
Imbue this
All right,
vanquished soul with
it's
life! Resuscitation! Forgive me.
the
Stay away
waters
from
of
my
creation.
friend.
Dance,
Double
mortal
Demon Fang!
tidal wave.
Flame inside me! Yours to be let free!
A world in trouble. Blah, blah, blah. Radiant here.
Now we're not...
The water... Creation.
Double Demon Fang!
Mortal droplet. Tidal
Try
wave.
harder!
Magic is there.
It's so fun!
I'll be saving you.
Now you see what I can do! Sure!
Raging storm. All right, it's showtime.
Try harder! Eat dirt!
Magic is there. Lunar blast. I'm all pumped up. Nail.
Spirits within the soil of a thrilling performance.
Annihilation. Mega ray.
I'm not done!
Master of Shadow after being interrupted.
Frozen red.
Couldn't make it in time.
Where are you going?
Imbue
Double
this
Demon
vanquished
Fang!
soul with... I healed myself. Imbue this vanquished soul with life.
Lunar blast.
Armor won't save you!
Double Demon Fang!
Feel my weary
Radiant storm here. It's gonna smart.
force of
Double
regeneration!
Demon Fang!
Lunar corruption.
Regenerate!
Gemini.
Dude, I want to see like the highest enemy attack with the you take 100% more damage. But also you being cursed, because if I'm not mistaken, that increases the amount of damage you take.
Not today!
Here comes blah 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 magic.
Double Demon Fang!
Holy Dragon
Dragon Form!
Blah blah blah. Burning strike.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Here. Outstanding form.
I'll burn it all! Flaming Pillar! Fire!
I'll bring you back from death to
I
death.
can carve through armor!
Thunder field.
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't the time.
I really don't.
Here's a healing arc!
Double demon
First
fang!
aid! That's been a smart. There! Grab a seal!
Can't get out of this!
I'll be
Double demon fang!
I'm almost impressed.
Mighty praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away. Seal!
Dragon swarm!
This'll come in handy.
Take this!
Hold on to your arc. Here I come!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
This one's all mine!
Magic is in!
Double demon fang!
Stalagmite! On your
Not today! Here I come! Dragon swarm!
The fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
Lightning orb! Blah, blah,
I'm
blah,
not done!
magic!
I'm not
Thunder blade!
Double demon fang!
Forgive me.
Double demon fang!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Resuscitation!
Double demon now! Try harder!
Lunar corruption! Ghost blah, 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 thunder blade! You get the gist. Holy land! Blah, blah, blah.
I can handle it.
Water! Everyone still doing all right?
Never mind
Blah,
us.
blah, blah,
You worry
thunder
about you,
blade.
Rinwell.
Right! I still not fighting me yet!
Try harder! This should do it! Double demon fang! Double demon fang! It's on!
Far enough.
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Here I come! I'm not done! Burn! Double demon fang! Take it!
Now you see what I can do!
Strike! Dragon swarm! Double demon fang! Double demon fang! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Double demon fang!
Nothing gets by me.
I can feel the medicine working.
Double demon fang!
Resuscitation! Let me show you what my heart
Denied.
can do. Rise and shine!
Ready and ready!
Magic is in! Resurrection!
Okay, here I go!
Maybe when I actually need to go and farm levels, I'll actually just have the double damage. Just make it go quicker.
Dragon swarm!
Ready!
Now you see what I can do!
Lunar
No dawn shall break this night!
by the power of water! Gale force!
Double demon fang!
Got it! Now the dance!
Begin!
Explosive ray!
Water, hear my call!
Can't get out of this!
Take this!
Red! Where are you going? Who cares?
Double demon fang!
Stalagmite!
Anything in order!
Awaken and wreak havoc!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Resuscitation!
Do it!
Masterful dash!
You're finished! It's on! Not today!
Now you see what I can do!
Far enough.
Here I come!
A whirling struggle! Mega ray!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Wind to heaven! First
Double demon fang!
No dawn shall break
Dragon
this night!
swarm!
Gale force! Hydration!
Double demon fang!
Holy land! Gale force!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Help this!
Amazing.
Dragon Swarm!
Magic is there!
Take this! I'm not done! Dragon Swarm!
Glacial Spear! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Dragon Swarm!
Raging Storm!
Can you take it? I'll blind you in a
Light Magic is there!
captivity. Shattering the pieces. Attack time.
Sweep
I'm
down!
not done!
Let's get you all
Watch
tucked
yourself.
away!
I sense incredible power.
Magic is there!
Okay,
This one's
here I go.
mine!
Sorry,
Carve through armor!
Do not! Showtime! Lunar Corruption!
Eagle Ray.
Gemini Aqua! Air Drop! Mega Ray! Gemini Aqua! Let me show you what my Astro
Eternal devastation! Incineration wave!
And more than can all burn out in this soil. Awakening reset.
I don't even know the word defeat. I'll heal you all!
Incineration wave!
Rending you apart.
Healing
Bloody. Ready and ready.
Just what I needed. Magic is there!
Eat this!
Searing Flame! In
Take
here!
this! I'm not done!
Let's get you all tucked away.
Sure.
Far beyond the darkest sky!
Incineration wave! I'm not done!
Enemies immobilized!
Take this.
I can do this all day! Here's
Be
a
still.
healing arc!
Rising
All
Phoenix!
day, stage one! Magic is there! Water! Here's
Tornado
the
Blast.
Double
Now you see what I can do.
Magic is
I'm not done!
Eagle Ray! Free Blazer! A chain between blah blah blah!
Incineration
In
wave!
the sky is mine!
No dawn
This
shall
one's
break
mine!
this night. Soaring taste.
This should do it! Double Demon Fang!
Lunar Corruption!
No further.
Now I can let loose!
Gemini Aqua!
Eat this!
Annihilation! By the power of flames! Vanish without a trace!
Benediction light.
No escape!
Lightning orb!
You're finished!
Explosion! Blah blah blah! Air! Burning strike! Sorry!
Take
I'm
this.
coming back from death's abyss!
Benediction light.
Resuscitation!
I owe you one. You're mine!
I'll smash you. Now
I'm
we're
not
not.
done!
Gemini
Take
Aqua!
this.
Annihilation! Searing
Imbue this
flame!
Take this!
Can't be happening!
Strike!
No further.
That's gonna
Double
suck!
Demon Fang! Ah! Try harder! Not a chance!
Get on in there with
Double
him!
Demon Fang!
Magic is there! Thunder Blade! Ready!
This one's all mine! Double
Divine Savior! A whirling you get the death! In here!
Anything in armor is all mine. Now you see what I can do.
Burn!
Lightning
Dragon
orb!
Swarm!
More where that came from! Magic is there! Air thrust! A chain you get the death!
Double
Magic
Demon
is
Fang!
there! Crossblade! You get the death! The waters of sea blah blah blah!
Double Demon Fang!
Tidal wave!
Shattering the pieces. Attack time.
Thunder field! Photon! Magic is there!
Incineration
In here.
Wave does it!
Let's get you all
Here
tucked
I'm
away!
ready! Dragon
Chain
Swarm!
between heaven and earth! Blah blah blah! Magic! Divine Savior! Too much to handle? The waters of creation! Blah blah
Double
blah!
Demon Fang!
Tidal wave!
It's on!
You get the death!
Double Demon Fang!
Now!
Lock!
Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade.
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
She doesn't particularly do... Well, she does elemental attacks, but it's not really her forte. Getting this would be pretty good. But at the same time, doing that would also just remove that one. Um, So if Ethan made her, hers. Her, accessory. Hold on, was okay. For this, we need to go back here.
We finally made it. Hey, Alvin, what do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles, you dummy!
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
That's insane.
Yes!
Really now.
Huh? I think someone's calling out for us.
They could have something they need from us.
Really now. Huh.
Is that so?
Well, Is this really a good idea, though?
Are you not the one who wished to reach an accord with them?
Yes, but still.
This will be our last favor regardless. Let us dispatch this ultimate Zoogle of theirs.
Does this one have a reward associated to it? No. Disappointing. It has SP and money. I don't particularly care about either. Well, the XP. The SP. It gives me another perk maybe. But right now we're in the spot where the perks don't particularly do much anymore. Like, we're increasing small things. Or gaining the slightly bigger bonus of just more stats from completing the entire thing. I still want to know what happens when you get everything. Like, do you just continue to earn SP and it's just useless, or does it just be like you don't earn anymore? Do you just continue powering up because you're gaining SP? Like, I kind of want to know that. Then again, I haven't heard anyone say anything about it, so I'm just going to assume it means nothing afterwards. She said here. Excellent. Before we go out and keep pressing the wrong button. The ultimate Zoogle. Tails over eyes. The ultimate Zoogle. He is a level 59. So above us. But I also don't think we can do really any of these other quests. Beyond the Grave is a possibility. Yeah, Beyond the Grave is the exact same level of difficulty. Which that would also give us the final owl if we can complete it. The Phantom Flower, whatever it is. Like, beyond. The Phantom Flower. What level are you? Hold on, what? Recommended level 54. What? when I went in there. It was a... I thought it was a, like 60 something. Like, I know we went into the fight underleveled. I know that for certain.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Guess I misread the landing. Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt it.
Look out!
What the hell is that? Hey, you want a piece of me?
Stay calm, Law. It's coming for us.
Well, I guess we were like level
You
40-ish,
just had to make things
45-ish.
difficult for us, didn't you?
What are you muttering about? Focus or you'll get hurt.
Don't worry, I'll have this wrapped up in a foot.
When we were fighting, when we first came in here.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Take this! Prepare to be seized!
That'll bring you down.
Double demon fist on! Burn in hell! Sword Ray Alpha! I'm not done! No further!
Magic is there.
Double demon fang!
Do it.
In an instant! Impact block! Take this!
What did I tell you? Don't get in our way!
Dragon Swarm!
Take this! I can carve through armor!
Get on in there with the others.
What the? Flames?
Watch out! It's changing its attack.
Double demon fang!
Glacial fire.
This one's all mine! Ignite! Dragon Swarm! Now or never! Take this! No further!
Tiger blade. Cyclone.
Double demon! You'll pay for that! Take this! I'm not done!
Energy.
Dragon Swarm!
Now you see what I can do!
You're mine!
I never miss. Getting stronger.
Switching up its movements!
The enemy is going all out. Water, hear my call.
Double demon fang! Try harder! Not a chance!
Here, let me help. Reborna! First aid! Now for something hurricane foot!
Dragon
In
Swarm!
here!
Eat
Lunar
this!
corruption!
Now we're
Laser
level.
blow! Guardian Darkest
Dragon Swarm!
Now you see what I can do.
There you go!
In a bind.
Now for something special!
Stay away from my friend!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Ha! Dragon Swarm!
Great! That'll make things easier. Celestial Hammer! I see you! Shield and double water this time!
Can't it just make up its mind?
This one's mine!
I'll smash you! Take this!
Light Spear! Hey, Crazy Lord!
Not today!
Lunar Corruption!
Dazzle!
Glacial
Dragon
Power!
Phoenix!
Holy One! A tape, you get the gist. Divine Forno! You get the gist.
Double Demon Fang!
In here!
Incineration! It's time!
Let's get you on out the way!
Double
In
Demon
a bind.
Shield and
Thanks!
Meteor Storm! I can
You aren't a human.
To stop you dying? Now you're getting serious?
Laser Blow!
You!
Andy?
Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
One at a time!
Double Demon Fang!
Magic is in
Double
here!
Demon Fang!
Freeze Lancer! Blah, blah, blah! No more playing nice! Air thrust! A whirling struggle! Blah, blah, blah! I'll heal you all! Hurricane Strike! In here!
Burn!
Healing Circle! I'll
Thank you for all your help. Please, don't make me. I'm glad to know someone's got my back.
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Hurricane Strike! Now's her chance! Lightning Strike! All disasters!
Dragon
Blah,
Swarm!
blah, blah, blah. Laser Blow!
Prepare to be sealed! Explosive ring! No further! Cut! I'm not done!
Inferno Crossing!
Double Demon Fang!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
Lightning! Wait! Where'd the water go?
It's all dried up!
Flaming Meteor! You get the gist.
Can't move!
It's so bright!
It's a... Pain is what it is!
I'll bring you back from death to light. Magic is
No
there.
further!
Freeze Lancer!
I'll smash you!
Ready to go! Magic is there!
Double Demon Fang!
Don't give up! I'll bring you back from death's abyss. If it's in the sky, it's mine. Where are you going?
Not done yet!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Resuscitation!
Take this!
I still got to fight
No
Lunar
escape!
corruption! Gemini Alpha!
Double Demon Fang!
A whirling struggle. This one is almost in the bag.
Not done yet. Just falling back.
Then it's time for you to do what you do best.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free.
Here's the arrow.
Rhapsody of
Flame
Judgment!
Lancer.
I couldn't make it in time.
I'll bring you back from
Swarm.
death's abyss.
Prepare to be sealed! Take this!
Take this!
A thrilling performance.
Still got some fight left in me.
Captivity! Double Demon Fang!
Raging Storm! More with that.
Double Demon Fang!
Celestial Hammer! Ice Prison!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Blah, blah, blah,
Armor won't
magic!
save you!
Spread! The enemy is going all out!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free.
Photon Blast!
Double Demon Fang!
Steel Force! Blah, 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 magic! Who cares?
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! You picked the wrong fight! swarm!
Ready and raring.
Explosive ring!
Armor won't save you.
Double demon! Double demon fang! 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 Double demon fang!
Ready and raring. Armor won't save you.
Ignite! Dragon swarm! Double demon fang! Incineration wave! Double demon fang! Law!
Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
What was with that creature? It was some sort of a Zoogle that could control light. Rinwell, do you think that could have been...
The true form of the Phantom Flower? No, it couldn't be.
What makes you so sure?
Because...
What the...
Whoa!
What the hell is that? Is the enemy back for more?
Whatever it is, it's freaking huge.
You guys, calm down. It's okay. It's probably... No, it's definitely the Phantom Flower of Navira. I read about it in that book we found earlier. It was described as a mysterious light floating up in the sky. It's not dangerous at all. In fact, this is the place it was first discovered.
So that's how it got its name then. You sure it's not some enemy astral art being cast at us?
Positive. I think it's just a rare and unusual weather phenomenon more than anything else.
Cyslodia obviously used to be covered in darkness around the clock. But with that gone, I guess that's why we're able to see this again?
You could be right. It's so pretty though, isn't it?
Sure. But it's so big we could have seen it from town just fine, couldn't we?
Well, sure, but still.
Hey, who cares where we saw it? I'm just glad we got to see it at all. Besides, that Zoogle was what kept us from seeing it before, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's such a gorgeous night sky here. You should really bring Shion out to watch it.
Right. Right. I'll, do that.
It took a lot to get here, but I can't help but feel like a dream of mine came true. Thanks, Law.
I didn't do all that much, really.
Well, I still really appreciate it. It made me really, really happy.
Hey, you know
Oh, it looks like you can see it even better from over there. I'm gonna go check it out.
Huh? Hey, wait! Rinwell.
That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
I still got a ways to go.
Some of the combination of phrases that get said, which is kind are kind of weird together. That's the strength of food goes up, right? Is that, or is it duration? So it goes up to 110%? Longer? Okay. Look, sure, why not? Thought there was still one that made it, I know we have a second orb thing to find. I should probably do that before I do anything else. Now that we've done that, is there a new quest? Just because quests come in, might have been a requirement. Okay, so this is like level 70. This requires us to do Beyond the Grave because that's the only owl left. This is like 93. Recommended level of 99. I'm good. This is a 59. That's a 59, and that's a 60. But the area is level 60. The boss is level 70. So, if I'm not mistaken. Drums of drums. That's a combat point, right? Yeah, that's useless. We get more XP, like, oh, okay. Well, we get a higher number for our bonus, but it's not worth. It's not worth just going out for that. So it's either a flying guy, I think it's a dragon, isn't it? So dragon, or if I'm not mistaken, when I was reading, a dinosaur-looking thing, a lizard. Yeah. Let's go and get Beyond the Grave done. Just because if we do that, we get the final owl as well. There is a camping spot on the deserted, uninhabited island. Yeah, like the owl is like right there. Like, it's wherever the tree is in this area, it's on the tree. But the problem is that's a drop down. You can tell by that or that. So you have to, the only way to go in is from here. There is a line that starts that encounter. So fun. I'm gonna be right back. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I did not.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now. We've got all the ingredients for that recipe now.
Great. I'll let you cook then.
Wait, what?
It's you.
Lord Dohalim?
I figured I'd find you here, Kelzelik.
You knew he'd be here?
The handwriting on the note was all too familiar to me.
Did you come all the way out here to mock me, or have you changed your mind about putting me to death?
What if I had?
You have no right. You who abandoned your lordly duties and chose to fraternize with embeddeds of all people! And for what? How could someone as powerful as yourself turn your back upon the crown contest?
Not this again.
I ran from this once, but I must face it now. The crown contest was never for me. I apologize for dragging you along, but I do not regret my choice in the slightest. Listen to me, Kelzelik. People change. They can change given time, and regardless of their race. I know you're a capable man. You could do so much for others if you were so inclined.
Me? Impossible. It's too late for me. Death. Death closes in on me wherever I go.
What?
That's Almetrius.
Is she alive too?
It's death!
Has this thing become even more ruthless?
There's nothing more fearsome than a wounded beast.
Especially without its master.
Well, I'm not leaving it to its devices. I owe you one for that.
Armor won't save you!
Double Demon Fang!
Hear my call!
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! You may be strong, but I'll never back down! Double Demon Fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all!
I let my guard down.
Where are you
Stay
going?
away from my friends!
No further!
Double Demon Fang!
Expert coming through! I'll
Let's
heal
try
you all!
harder!
I have to train harder.
Ignite!
Going in!
You're mine! Dragon Form!
Radiant Ray!
Appreciate the help.
Smash you!
Holy Land!
Double Demon!
You get the deal.
Hurricane strike! Nothing gets by me.
In a bind.
Thanks, Shion.
Come on.
You have to hold on.
Dance, immortal dropper. Blah, blah, blah. Air
Look
blast.
sharp.
Came between hurricane foot.
Lightning strike.
Feel.
Time to shine.
Let's get you all tucked away.
Switch to offense.
Hurricane foot. Go. Blah, blah, blah.
Take.
Not done yet.
Air thrust.
In a bind.
Light astral. You get the gist. Let the rest.
Double demon fang!
Heal my weary
Blah, blah,
companion.
blah. Eat dirt.
Cure.
This one's mine.
Don't suffer in
Came
silence.
between heaven and earth. Blah, blah, blah.
Burn! Dragon
Fine,
Swarm!
savior. A whirling blah, blah, blah.
Escape! No! Can't end here!
Don't give up. Here. I'm
Imbue this
sorry.
vanquished soul with light. It's
Okay. I'm all
I owe
stocked
you
up.
I'll smash you!
Mega
Forgive
Ray.
me.
Spirit flame. Reload. I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Resuscitate. That's kinda smart. Go. Mega
Double
Ray.
demon fang!
Back into the flame. Cares. Annihilate. No. Burning strike.
Double demon fang!
Spread. Freeze Lancer.
Good job, Shion. You know, why revive when you can do no damage?
Shattering. Pieces. Attack time.
Seemed like the best option right there.
I hope this medicine works as
Double
well.
demon fang! This one's all mine!
Resuscitate.
Burn! Dragon Swarm!
Healing Lancer. Take care of.
Double demon fang! You'll pay for that!
Was my downfall.
I'll heal you all.
Can you take it?
Be still! Devastation!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying? I won't give up.
Dazzle! Here I come!
Down on the ground.
Stardust!
Finish smart.
Hurricane Thrust!
Deity.
We got
Ready to
this.
hit.
Magnet
Spear!
Tear.
Armor won't save you.
Chain
Ray.
Blah, blah, blah.
Down on the ground. It's in your hands now.
Has this thing become even more ruthless?
There's nothing more fearsome than a wounded beast.
Especially without its master.
Well, I'm not leaving it to its own devices.
Light astral energy. More where that came from.
Tempest, aim for the weak point.
Save you.
You're mine!
Ready to go.
Great eagle. No more Miss Nice Girl.
Swap it.
Stay away from my friend! You're mine! No escape!
Where are you going?
Not today!
Feel. I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Dazzle! You're mine!
All right. I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
No further.
Get out of there with the
Double
I'll bring
demon
you back
fang.
from death's abyss.
Be still! You're mine!
I
Struck!
can do this all
Luna
day.
Rondo! Stardust! Hurricane Thrust!
Don't give up.
Tear!
Ready and ready.
Hurricane
Came to
Thrust!
blah, blah, blah. Divine
Now you see
savior.
what I can do.
This one's all mine!
In here.
Ignite!
Light, take care of
No further.
Poodle.
I couldn't make it in
Demon
time.
Fang!
Imbue this vanquished soul with light. Imbue this vanquished soul with light.
You're mine!
Resuscitation. No arts are being
Double
interrupted.
Demon Fang!
That's been a smart.
Penumbra.
Can't be
Imbue this
too
vanquished soul with light.
One at a time.
Resuscitation.
Here goes.
Vanquishing light.
Celestial banner.
Double Demon
There
Fang!
you go.
I can
Double
carve
up.
through armor. The earth throbs in pain.
Radiant here.
Double Demon Fang!
Laser field.
It's on! You'll pay for that!
Forgive me.
Burn in hell!
Resuscitation.
Dragon Swarm!
Here, let me help. That's been a smart. Air
Double
thrust.
Demon Fang!
A whirling
Ready to go.
back from death's abyss. Winds of heaven.
Far enough.
I tried with my down.
On your knees. Double Demon Fang!
Shattering pieces! Attack time!
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Lightning orb! Magic is in!
No! Can't end here!
Don't leave me!
Take this!
It's in your hands now.
Good job. That would just make it fast. Yeah, we're going to die in one hit, but we
There's nothing
apparently
more
say
fearsome than
dying
a
in one
wounded
hit.
beast.
Especially without its master.
Well, I'm not leaving it to its own devices.
Double Demon Fang!
Force of regeneration!
Their weak point!
Now you see what I can do!
Feel! Let's get you on such a way! Flame of fury!
Double Demon Fang!
Magic is in! Maelstrom! Too much to handle? I never
Can't end here!
Don't give up! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Tunnel! Resuscitation!
No further! I owe you one.
Ready and rare! Celestial
Smash you!
Double Demon Fang!
There you go! Don't let up!
Double Demon Fang! This one's all mine!
First aid! A whirling struggle!
Better, Shion.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Dragon Swarm!
Here! Resuscitation!
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave! Double Demon Fang! Stay away from my
It looks
friend!
like you got anything in order is all mine!
Double D! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Burn!
A whirling
Double
struggle!
Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
In here! I'm sorry. Has this thing become even more ruthless?
There's nothing more fearsome than a wounded beast.
Especially without its master.
Well, I'm not leaving it to its own devices.
In a bind?
Go for the
Now
weak
you see
point!
what I can do!
Double Demon Fang!
I'm going to need to use all
Lovely, good job, guys. Thank you.
Stay away from my
Thank you
friend!
for all be standing in the exact same spot. Thank you. Doing me proud. Being stupid, dumbass AI. It's like, you have a gun, and the other one is a mage. You're not. One of you is a melee fighter. Like, the other two, why are you up in his face?
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Double Demon Fang!
Hasten! Here, let me help! First aid! Been a smart...
Shattering pieces!
Attack time! This one's mine!
Double Demon Fang!
Radiant Pierce!
Double Demon Fang!
Demon Blast!
By the power of water!
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Burning
Double Demon Fang!
Here I
Can't
go!
get out of this!
Not today!
Burning
Dragon Swarm!
Down on the ground!
Tornado Drive! Explosive Ring!
Blah, 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 bandit!
Dragon Swarm!
Elusive
Tornado Alpha! Be still! Rising
Here's a
Falcon!
healing arc! First aid!
Now I can let loose! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I can carve through armor!
Tough field! Electric advance!
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Bloody hollow. In a bind?
Burning strike!
Try harder! My turn! Take this! Dazzle! It's on!
You get the chance.
Not today!
Got it! Now's our chance!
Destiny of darkness.
Double Demon Fang!
Take this! Hear my call! Raging storm!
Dragon Swarm!
Armor won't save you! It looks like
No
you got
further.
this one covered! Freeze Lancer! Raging storm!
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Magic is in! Blah, blah, blah. This one's mine! Air thrust!
Double Demon Fang! It's on!
Searing flame! Reload!
Engulf you!
Water!
You
Hear my
picked the wrong
call!
fight!
Light Master Red!
Dragon
Magic is
Swarm!
in!
Force of regeneration.
Chain between
In a bind? Anything in armor is all mine. Now you see what I can do. Down on the ground.
Be still!
Tornado drive.
Rising
Seismic rupture.
You require
Take this.
Freeze Lancer!
Double Demon Fang!
Do it! Don't give up!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Disasters made one. Confiscated. Resuscitation. You're not playing around. Watch and weep. What?
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
It's go time. Armor won't save you.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free. Eat dirt! Dragon Swarm! Double Demon Fang! Incineration!
Don't waste mental energy. All right, it's showtime.
No rest for the wicked.
Hear me, flame of fury.
Demon Lash.
Rise and ready.
Imbue this
This one's mine.
Knock it into next week.
Resuscitation.
Armor won't save you.
The water here. I'll heal you all. Sleep
Double
now.
Demon Fang!
Negative
Incineration Wave!
Now
The
we're never.
waters of creation.
Can't get out of this.
It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out.
Demon Fang!
Take care.
Benediction light.
You'll pay for that! Double Demon Fang!
Here's the Evo.
Resuscitation.
Freeze Lancer.
Double Demon Fang!
I've still got some fight left in me.
Try harder! Here I Strike!
Here's the Evo. Magic is
Armor won't save you.
A thrilling performance.
Double Demon Fang!
You get the
Double Demon Fang! This one's all mine! Double Demon Fang! Incineration
There
Wave!
you go. Don't let up. Sorry.
I couldn't make it in time.
I'll bring you back
Dragon
from
Swarm.
death's abyss.
Begin.
That'll bring you down. Still got some fight left in
Can't
me.
get out of anything in armor is all mine.
Hear me.
I'll smash you.
I won't give up.
Double Demon! Incineration Wave!
Imbue this vanquished soul with life. Resuscitation.
Wind astral energy. Hold on to your heart. Here I come. By the Take care of it.
Forgive me. My fault.
Imbue this vanquished soul with life. Resuscitation.
By the power
Can't get out of this.
Finish without a
I owe
trace.
you one.
Double
Imbue
Demon
this
Fang!
vanquished soul with life. Resuscitation.
In your hands now.
I can carve through armor.
That's gonna smart.
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Wind astral
Double Demon Fang!
I'm almost impressed.
High praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Demon Fang!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Right.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Made one. Blah, blah, blah.
Not done yet! Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
It's weakened.
This ends now!
Never miss.
Can't get out of this!
Double Demon Fang!
Whirling struggle.
Smash you!
I'll heal you now. Heaven. Outstanding form. Healing circle. Penguin blossom. Air thrust.
I'm in your debt.
Thanks,
Shield.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Dragon Swarm!
Lightning orb.
Take this.
Photon blast. Blah blah blah.
Everyone try harder!
Air thrust.
Such unadulterated
Demon
fury.
Fang! Incineration Wave! Try harder! Not a chance! I'm not done!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Is this it?
Now you see what I can do. The water's like creation. Dance, support in here. This'll come in handy.
Not done yet!
It's about to strike.
Not a chance! Look sharp, everyone!
Mind if I do? Thunder Peal.
Eternal Devastation! Double Demon Fang!
Now.
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
Dude, can you not? Like, fucking bots. You wanna be famous? Buy followers. Dude, why would I buy followers?
There.
Like,
Would you come with us? We can take you someplace safe.
To where? Where could I possibly be safe from that?
What are you talking about? We already took care of the monster.
No! Death is immortal by its very nature. Even now it haunts me. It hounds me. The Silver Death curses me incessantly with its many faces, many voices. Don't follow me. Leave me be. Leave me alone. Ah!
What's happened to him?
Whatever it is, it seems we have read the situation wrong.
He spoke of a silver death. Do you think he could be referring to the people back in Vicente that he hollowed?
He did so at Almeidria's urging. I'm sure that somewhere deep down, he felt guilt and remorse for what he did. It was easy to blame it all on Almeidria while she was alive. But now that she's gone, he has no one left but himself to blame for his own misdeeds. He's alone with his guilt on this island.
But it sounds like he lacked the mental fortitude to endure it.
Makes sense. Sounds like just desserts to me.
Almeidria's monsters had nothing to do with it then.
So he was a Renan, yet he regretted his part in the Dahnan's persecution. And now he's beyond help.
Should we really just wash our hands of him, though?
To be honest, it seems like he's punished himself far more than any punishment we could hope to mete out. Dohalim.
If I hadn't met all of you, I'd... No, even after that. If I hadn't accompanied you on this journey, it's entirely possible that might have been me.
But you did. You're here with us now. And you didn't stumble upon redemption, Dohalim. This is the path you chose for yourself.
Yes, I suppose it is.
hold on. Scam. Odd. And then block. Other. Confirm. And then this guy. Report. Scam. Odd. Report. Other. Confirm. And then actually, I'm not gonna lie. I'm tired of seeing these bots come in and be like, "Want to be famous? Buy followers." Like, dude, if I want to fake that, dude, I would just go and. Why would I buy them? I could make free Twitch accounts for free. Like, there's kind of a problem with that statement because I can make them for free. So, like, am I not able to? It doesn't matter if it just is. I guess I'm not able to. Okay, that's annoying.
I think Hoodle senses something.
I can feel my power growing.
This shall be a feast for the senses.
Can you complete anything? That would be, pretty good one to get. Actually, maximum. Hold on. So it is a defense, which is always good. Resistance is also good. By the byproduct of it makes you less likely to get staggered. Critical hit, like if it happens, it happens. Their normal attacks kill you in one hit in this difficulty, so like if they critical hit it, like okay. I kind of buy both of those. That's annoying. I could buy both of these though. That would be, yeah. Hold on, what? Was that a tooth? That might have been a. Saw that. I know if it was both at these prices, that's what I was. Then again, what's this? 1,200 and 20. I don't. It didn't look like it. Then again. Elemental defense. Can I actually fully purchase? I could I? That would be 2,500. Yeah, purchase that one. No. No. But purchase these two. I can purchase this tree. Mental defense. I think I can purchase that one as well. Let's just do that. Are you important another one? Oh, law. You have... You can only really purchase one. That was a no-brainer. Like, those are kind of in a league of their own. Like, I don't care what argument it is. Like, ooh, recipe.
We should be able to cook here.
So, one extra life without having to pay is good.
I think Hootle senses something.
Is that it doesn't look like he's like the big guy of them. He may.
It's like we've assembled every single owl in Dana.
You know, looking at them all, I think we very well may have. Talk about a spectacular sight.
Yeah. His Majesty and Her Majesty both seem pleased as well.
When she's all alone, her thoughts drift to sad places. I did all this so that she could have lots of friends and live happily ever after.
Hey, I get a little grumpy sometimes.
I'm interpreting for the owls, not talking about you.
Well, at least Hootle isn't alone anymore, right?
Right. Hey, Hootle? Hootle, I think you should stay. If you keep traveling with us, it's going to be constant fighting, and you'll be put in a lot more danger. But this is a safe place, filled with lots of friends for you. Plus, you can learn lots of new stuff with friends. Just like all the new things I've gotten to learn since I met Alphen and everyone else. All I could teach you was to jump from twig to twig. But now look at you. You're soaring to new heights. You can go wherever you want on your own now. So, stay here and be with your friends, okay?
Are you sure about this?
Hey, I didn't mean for you to...
It's okay. I made up my mind. We stuck with each other for as long as we did because we had no one else to depend on. Now, it's for the best we stay among our own kind. Take care of yourself, Hootle. Hootle? Hootle, no! Your friends are that way! Why can't you understand?
I think he's trying to say, I don't abandon my friends.
Huh?
Hootle has his own wings. If he wanted to leave, he could have left whenever he wanted to.
He can come back to this place whenever he wants to. But right now, what he wants is to be with you.
It's true that his own kind is here, and he knows that. But he won't know if you'll always be around, Rinwell.
But, I mean...
I think he's asking you whether you really want him to go.
No! Of course I don't really want him to go! Hootle's the only family I have left!
Then it's settled.
Hootle has a place to go home to whenever he wants, and that'll never change things between you.
Are you sure about this, Hootle?
Take care of our friend.
I pray your journey is a safe one.
Okay, enough already.
Thank you. Try to be nice to one another, Your Majesties.
Well, what's the answer?
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, we'll both take care of each other.
I meant the owl's answer.
Let's go, Hootle!
We got 2 artifacts. I know, we got... Okay, so carrying over those. I think that's... Which I already know all of them are, carry over, whatever, in the new game. So. If you actually talk to him again. Okay. What other quests do we actually have? Because that was 2 of them completed right then and there. Where is this one? The mountain. He's in that arena. Okay. I wish there was a campfire I could have just fast travel to, but nope.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Hey, Alvin.
Real quick, didn't... We would want one of these. Dude, I don't
What do you
know
think of that chick over there?
how to work.
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her.
You know what? What was our newest recipe? Oh, we also have those. It was... We got sushi. We also picked one up. That one.
You dummy.
I'm going to assume. Okay. Okay. Then I'm not gonna lie, I don't. What was it? A dish made by coating a fish, so it'll be fish. Shit. Is that? Oh, it's the thing that I. Okay. Would be kind of nice if you could just be put these in order. We still don't have enough sheep meat. That's annoying. So I guess we're going with this one then.
Hell yeah! There's no way you.
You know, we haven't even
Looks
touched
like we made it
the
here in
world.
one piece.
It's huge. I bet it'd be a good way to test my strength.
Don't get carried away, Law.
So this is it. The Zoogle to end all Zoogles.
Its name would certainly suggest as much.
Let's give those researchers the shock of their lives.
The flashing part's their weak point. This one's mine.
Let's keep up the pressure.
You picked the wrong fight!
Dragon Swarm! Flaming Meteor!
Throbs in pain.
Inferno Cross! Healing Circle! Raging Storm! I can't carve through armor!
Double Demon Fang!
Burning Strike! Glacial Spear! Here's Evo! Freeze
Can't get out of this!
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Vanquish Kill with light!
Won't give up.
Double Demon Fang!
Soul with light!
Incineration Wave!
Resuscitation! Benediction
Double Demon
I
Fang!
still got some fight left.
I owe you one. Double Demon Fang!
Soul with light!
Blah blah blah. Air thrust. A whirling struggle. What was I thinking?
Double Demon Fang! Shattering
Pieces. It looks like you got this one covered.
Not today!
Regeneration.
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Regenerate. Gemini Onward. Annihilation. Rain down.
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave! You pay for that! Double Demon Fang!
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Now you see what I can do!
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
I can't lose.
Double Demon Fang!
I'll bring you back from death, Vandal.
It's on!
I'm nearly done for.
Annihilation.
Eat dirt!
Blah blah blah.
Heal my weary companion.
Sleep now.
Dragon Swarm!
Prepare to be sealed.
A chain between heaven and earth. Blah blah blah.
Anything in armor is
All right. Stop.
All right. It's time. Holy man. A chain between blah blah blah. I do get the gist.
Dance on the wind.
Double Demon Fang!
Radiant, here.
Elusive deity.
Ready and ready.
Couldn't make it in time.
Incineration Wave!
Demon blast.
Double Demon Fang!
I'll blind you with a
Energy.
dance on the wind. Tail's a problem. Then let's focus there first.
Not today! Dragon Swarm! I'm ready!
far enough!
Incineration Wave! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm!
It's go time! Now you see what I can do!
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! It's on! Double Demon Fang! Burn! Dragon
Ready to go.
Its defenses are down!
Far enough. And there goes. Tail.
Right, let's do this!
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Incinerate Law!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Take this!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! It's on! Double Demon Fang!
Nothing gets by me. Far enough.
Double Double Demon Fang! You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Swarm!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Is this it?
I didn't move that far forward, but okay.
I can't believe this.
Okay, well then before that, let's go here real quick again.
We've reached our destination.
You can never be too prepared. But did we... have to spend so much?
We finally made it.
That Zoogle seems intriguing.
That's... So this is it. The Zoogle to end all Zoogles.
Its name would certainly suggest as much.
Let's give those researchers the shock of their lives.
Here I come!
Aim for the weak point. Let's keep up the pressure.
Double Demon Fang!
Here.
Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine. That'll bring you down.
Ready to go.
One more time. I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing heart to accomplish this.
Denied.
Double This one's all mine!
Negative gate.
Show me what my heart can do.
Incinerate Blade! Eat this!
Rhapsody of Darkness!
Take this! Blue Escape!
Resurrection!
Now we're
Dragon Swarm!
When it is hit!
Here I come! I'm not done!
Lunar corruption! Air thrust by the
You're
power
finished.
of water! Came between blah blah blah.
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Pulse of regeneration!
Dragon Swarm! Not now, not ever! Double Demon Fang!
Maelstrom!
Let me see what I can do.
Lunar blast! All disasters may run. Magic and Maelstrom! The power of flame! Thank you. I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
Take this!
Show me what my air can do.
Ready to go.
I owe you one. This one's all mine!
fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
This one's mine.
Take this!
Lightning orb! For corruption! It looks like you got this one covered.
You picked the wrong fight!
The waters will freeze, blah blah blah. Sleep now.
In a bind?
By the power of water, another law comes away.
Dragon Swarm!
A whirling
No
struggle.
dawn shall break this night.
Go! Cyclone!
Eagle Ray!
Pieces! Power of water!
Dragon Swarm!
Water
In a bind? You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Swarm!
Vanish without a trace!
Can you take it?
Forgive me.
Stay away from my friend! No escape!
I'll bring you back from death to this. The waters of
Demon
freeze,
Fang!
blah blah blah.
Dragon
I'm
Swarm!
going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish.
Heal my weary
Now you're not...
Protocols fear! Forgive me. Mega Ray! Annihilation!
what I can do!
I can handle it. I'm sorry.
You guys suck ass. Why? Just why? Like, I died from something I legit couldn't see. Then again, I guess they aren't taking double damage, so...
So this is it. The Zoogle to end all Zoogles.
Its name would certainly suggest as much.
Let's give those researchers the shock of their lives.
Double Demon Fang!
The flashing heart's their weak point. Mega Ray! If it's in the sky, it's far away. That'll bring you down. It looks like you got this one covered.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Ignite! Take this! Now I can let loose!
Thanks, Shio. Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Amazing.
Can't be happening.
Stay away from my
No
friend!
further!
Dragon Swarm!
Imbue this vanquished soul with life!
Demon Fang!
Resuscitation! Resurrection! Boost of regeneration!
You know, it feels like I'm playing like Monster Hunter. You know, yeah. Oh, that tail! It gives it a tail whip. Let's cut that off.
Glacial Spear. Here's the eagle. Freeze Lancer.
This one's all mine! Eat you! You'll pay for that! Dragon Swarm! Not now, not ever! Double Demon Fang!
All the power of my healing arts to accomplish this.
Honor won't save you! No further!
Banana, let's go! You get the jet. Confiscated!
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Holy Land! Pain between heaven and earth. Blah, blah, blah.
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Double Demon Fang!
Dragon
Swarm!
Burning Strike!
Rotating pile driver!
Glacial Spear!
The fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
Anything in all mine! Death on the wing! Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Outstanding form!
Take this! Armor won't save you!
Denied!
Double Demon Fang!
You get the
Incineration Wave!
Here!
Double Demon
Tail's a problem. Then let's focus there first.
Dragon Swarm!
Bring you back from death to this!
You're mine! This one's all mine! Not today! Here I come!
I've still got
You
some
can't
time
get
left
out of
on.
this! Dragon Swarm!
Thunder Beat!
No! Can't get here!
I couldn't make it in time.
I can carve through armor!
By the power of flame! Vanish
Execution.
without a trace!
Stalagmite! Rending you apart! Bloody howler!
Eat dirt! This one's mine!
Forgive me.
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Ready to go!
Resuscitation!
Far enough!
Double Demon Fang! Try harder! Now!
It's weakened!
This ends now!
And there goes the tail.
Right, let's do this! I can carve through armor!
I'll bring you back from death now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I'm not gonna ask how I ended up in the sky.
Raging storm! It's getting stronger!
Switching up its movements! Watch
Such
out!
unadulterated fury.
I'll bring you back from death to abyss!
No further!
I'll bring you back
Why'd
from
you heal
death
me?
to abyss!
To stop you dying?
Glacial speed!
Double Demon Fang!
Don't leave me! I'll bring you back from death to abyss! Freeze, Lancer! You get the jet!
Seismic Rupture!
Chain lava! In here! Ready and
Double Demon Fang!
Magic is out! I never miss! Now
Double Demon Fang!
Double
Demon Fang!
Can't get out of this!
Double Demon Fang!
Now you see what I can do! Stalagmite!
Spirits within the soil.
Imbue this vanquished soul with life!
Double Demon!
Any more of this and I'll burn out.
Incineration Wave! Piss on! Try harder! You picked them! Stay away from my friend! Dragon Swarm!
Elusive deity!
Double Demon Fang! There!
Far enough!
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
I can't lose!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time! Now you see what I can do!
I still got the fight left in me! Spread! Raging storm!
Piss on! Double Demon Fang! Burn!
Freeze, Lancer! Celestial hammer!
Take this! Dragon
I'll
Swarm!
bring you back from death to abyss!
Double Demon Fang!
I'll heal you all!
Double Demon Fang!
Begin!
Healing circle! I'll bring you back from death to abyss!
Far enough!
Resuscitation! I'll heal you all!
Incineration Wave!
Still got some fight left in me! Will this help?
Ready and ready.
Thunderblade! You heal it,
I'll smash you!
I'll bring you back from death to abyss! Heaven and earth!
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Get on here! Hear my call!
Double Demon Fang!
Red!
Incineration Wave!
Here's the eagle!
Stalagmite!
Double Demon Fang!
Awaken and reset!
You picked the wrong fight!
Seal!
Here I come!
Let's get you on
Dragon
that
Swarm!
This one's mine! I didn't think you had it in me.
Focus. There'll be time to congratulate me later.
Nothing much I can say to that.
Ready to go!
Incineration Wave!
I can carve through armor!
Do you require a hand?
No further!
Ignite!
Bolts of regeneration!
Dragon Swarm! Try harder! My turn!
In here! They're not playing around!
Is this it?
Don't give up! Burning! Glacial lava! One more time!
No further!
Arcane Freeze Lancer!
Not done yet!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Double Demon Fang!
Stalagmite!
Incineration
Let
Wave!
the marksman handle this!
Air pressure!
Here, let me help! Where are you going?
I'll smash you!
Double Demon!
Nothing gets by me!
I owe you one!
The waters
I'm in your debt, Dohalim. And tonight's meal is on you. Keep going.
Double Demon Fang!
now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
So I just got an achievement called Big Game Hunter, so I'm going to assume we got all the enormous Zoogles. Or it's just a quest, achievement for this quest.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Yes.
Hmm.
Huh?
Hmm?
Really?
Really now.
I'm going to put their genius to use in restoring Dana.
You're weighing recruitment options here, of all places? I admit I'm impressed.
After the help we've given them, it's the least they can do for us.
This is a tricky one. So either I get increased AG recovery, the crystal things. You use them to use your abilities. FP, but recharging FP during battle. Or, you know, just one extra death prevention. That's 2,000. I'm good for the higher one, just so. Neither of them is really game changing because I die in one hit anyways. Even more so if I have the thing, the plus 100% damage. But I don't need that on to die in one hit. Xion. So we have to either fill out plus resist. That's what I was about to argue for the resistance. Because technically, I don't know if it works like it. Resistance makes it where you stagger. Like, you're less likely to be staggered. So technically that would be accessible. So, I don't know if that's how it works, but I mean. So he has only this one and these two. 50 defense, elemental. That one would be pretty good. Let's do that one. I'm not going to lie, my body, I think I ate something that just upset my stomach or something. I might actually call it right here, and we might just do another one next week. But I have, and also we need to go farm levels anyways, and that's not an entertaining thing to watch. Because so far, the only thing we have left to do is we have the otherworldly visitors. I know there is a secret super boss. Well, super boss. I know there's a boss. Like after the whole encounter of the otherworld, you encounter another boss at the end of all of the combined things. This we're like, dude, we're never going to get near there. That's not. He is at level 93. The spirit I don't care about because you don't damage the spirit. Farewell Mage is 60, so we could start it. Then we could actually farm in there, actually. Then the boss is 70, so high levels. We're in grinding land because we need levels now. So with that, I'm going to call it here. Let's actually go and save. And yeah, I might do some farming off stream. It all depends on if I remember or if I'm feeling up for it, because I've had quite a bit of migraines. So, but I can't predict those, and I'm most likely going to have a headache at some point every day. If it's going to be impactful, who knows? But with that, I'm going to call it here.